Hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming and joining me this afternoon at 1 o'clock on the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. What a cool date it is today. Imagine being born today. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Anyway, well, it's your birthday. Maybe it's your birthday. Happy birthday if it is. Welcome to my page. This is on Facebook, but I then try and translate it over onto YouTube at a later date. So today you'll see me having a first play with a new stamp set that's in our mini catalogue. I say our, meaning Stampin' Up, because I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and which means I get to use, sell, buy, share, love the product. And I've got flowering rain boots. Now, when I first saw this stamp set, I liked it. I kind of ignored it, but then looked back at it and thought, actually, that could be quite a useful stamp set to have in my stash, and it's a bit different from what I've got, which I like. I like getting stamp sets which I haven't quite got, before. I haven't had before, so it's completely different, really. So we're going to have a play with that. This is very much a first play. Not really got any ideas in mind, so I might even ask you for some colours. If you're joining me now live on Facebook, please tap in some colours. And I'm thinking I might do a one sheet wonder, which means like stamping over the whole sheet, and it's just a lovely way to start playing with your stamps, get an idea of how they work, what to do with them, how they stamp, how they look, what colours look like. So if you're watching me live, yeah, go ahead, shout out some colours. And I'm going to get myself ready with a piece of basic white card, which is, it's card, but it's still like thin enough to not be a thick card base, but not thin enough as paper, if that makes sense. So if you don't know the Stampin' Up colours, don't worry, just say that you want a green or a purple or a yellow or a blue or a red, orange, and I will give you a choice within that selection. So welcome, thank you so much to those hopping on and saying hello. Right, let's get my desk ready. I'm going to, in clearing out my boy's bedroom, I managed to find, just come across a drawing, that's quite funny. A big pad of paper, so I'm going to use this as my scrap. Highland Heather says, Kay, welcome Kay. Blue, green and orange says Valerie. Right, hold on a minute, let me reach for my colours. Highland Heather says Kay. A blue, green and orange says Valerie. Do you know what colour I've not played with in a little while? And that's Granny Apple Green. So that one okay for you? Blue, green and the orange. Orange, we've got pumpkin pie. And should we go a nice sunny daffodil delight, I think. Oh, that's nice and spring-like. I might be able to squeeze in one more colour. We'll see how we go, shall we? There's the colour choices. Hi Kay, Valerie and Wendy and Mindy. Nice to see you all. Anybody else join in? Do say hello. Right, I'm going to actually block out the sun. As much as I love you, sun, block it out for now. I wonder about maybe a blue, like a, should we go, I wonder if, oh well, let's go nice bright coastal cabana. So, do you know what I love? I really fancy some Misty Moonlight, says Kay. Ooh. Misty Moonlight. I've been using Misty Moonlight quite a bit actually. Let's just stick it there in case. Did Heidi join us? Okay, let's get started. So, oh, it's a photopolymer. Do you know what? For some reason I was expecting it to be red rubber. I really like the idea of yellow boots. I would love a pair of yellow ready boots. Do you know what? You wouldn't think it, but my thighs are quite big and I struggle finding high welly boots that fit me. So I'm just going to have to stamp them instead. Okay, let's take this off. I like to keep the plastic. I don't like throwing things like that away. Don't know why, just do. Where did you come from? Little speck of blackberry bliss. I'm veering for a green watering can, but if I do that, I do want to have some green. Is there such things as blue watering cans? Who knows? We'll go for orange plant pots in case we use that. Green foliage. What did I say that's big. Did I not say calves? Did I say my legs were big? What did I say? I don't know what I said now. I'll have some purple tulips. And we'll leave that there for now. We can always come back to it. What did I say? What did I say? Oh, I get myself in all sorts of trouble doing lives, honestly. My thighs! Did I say my thighs? Well, let's not talk about my thighs. Let's just say they're probably the same size as my calves. Oh dear. If you have trouble pulling wellies over your thighs, they must be waders. Yeah, no. Oh, I can't believe I didn't even notice I even said that. That would teach me for being disorganised, wouldn't it? I'll have to go back and watch that. How hilarious. Bit of hilarity, eh? How very dare we? Right, if you're struggling to get photopolymer stamps on straight, turn your stamp over and put your block to your stamp. Now the problem is my block is ever so slightly too small, so I'm just going to do that one. Now I'm sticking it at an angle because I think there's a little bit less rockage, whereas if you stuck it on straight then you got the forward and backward rocking. What is rocketing? I'm running out with blocks now. Oh, hold on, no, it's there. Look at that. Advantage of having loads of blocks. Let's move that one over. Oh, will that fit on? Let's have a look. Yeah, a bit of a squash and a squeeze. There, so thanks for joining me for adding my blocks onto my stamps onto blocks. Hi, Renee. Right. I'm not going to read out those comments. We'll let those ones lie. I'm desperate to stamp these nice bright yellow boots. Now, what I would say, sometimes when you go to stamp brand new stamps, bear with me. Oh, I can't bend down like that. That hurts. Let me just bend down properly. Bend your knees. Okay. Sometimes you need to condition your stamp. Sometimes you find that there's like a layer of like a film or something on the actual stamp. So just give them a little stamp a few times, or do they say rub it on your jeans or something? There we go. Hi, Christine. Okay, let's get stamping. So if you've never made a one-sheet wonder before, or a stamped one-sheet wonder, I should say, can you see what I'm doing? I can go right at the edge, but I want it to look like a continuous pattern, so I'm going to deliberately stamp slightly off my page. And for this particular design, I'm going to just create a pattern. So I'm trying to space my boots out a bit, bearing in mind I've got other things to fit onto my page. Oh yes, you could have nice royal purple welly boots, do you mean? I like the fact that the Australians call them gum boots, don't you? I like that, gum boots. Right, I like it. I'm done. Let's see what else we've got now. Does that fit in the plant pot? Not quite. I think the plant pot is bigger. This is where you might want to do some stamp surgery. Do the flowers fit in the watering can? That's interesting. They don't quite fit in. I know they'll go in the boots, but I don't always want them in the boots. I'm seeing what options I have. Okay, well let's stick with the script. Hi, lovely. Yes, you can get blue watering cans. Let's go ahead and do the leaves, because I think they're supposed to fit into there. Can't really see what I'm doing because you guys are in the way. Blame it on you. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? Because you could just leave them as green stalks, like weeds. So you've got the option with the flowers. You've got these other flowers as well, actually, which we could use somewhere else. So it's a nice spring-like. Oh, there's the Esther smudge. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's just bring that up. Can you see that right there? What was I saying? This is a nice spring-like one sheet wonder, and I put my washing on, about to take it outside. Well, not quite that, but I was going to put it outside because the weather looked good. What happened? Look out, and it's actually raining. It's stopped now. It's your watering can. You can have any colour you like, she says. Right, I will. I'm going to go with Kay's suggestion of a lovely blue watering can. Just had another idea. This is what happens when you start playing. You get ideas. And this is a lovely, is it distinctive? Is that what they call them? But you get this lovely kind of 3D shaded look. It's very cool. I like it a lot. Snuck that one in there. Sneak is the word, sneak. And one up here. One down here. So you've got to sort of imagine that the pattern is continuing. Where would it go? And you might have done a random stamped one sheet wonder where you stamp all over your sheet, and that's fine. Instinctive, that's the word. What did I say? The words aren't coming out today. Just letting you know. What was I saying? But when you set yourself a pattern, you'll actually find it a bit easier. If you struggle with random particularly, you might find it easier to have, you know, things more in an actual pattern. So I'm just going to reach for my pot of blending brushes because I want to use those, I think, on these, I think. So we're going to get the orange and the purple, so pumpkin pie and Highland heather, and I'm just going to tap along the base of my two lips. Tap it with my purple. Move over, darling. There we go. Right, and let's see if we can line this up. Got some overlappage, but that's okay. Alright, I've got a bit of a muddy orangey purple. But we started, so we'll continue. Don't give up that easily. So they fit nicely just on top of the stalks. Okay, must admit, not convinced about those double colours because of the nature of the see-throughness of the stamp, so we're just going to go for some purple. Some Highland heather. And that's okay. You don't know until you try. You know, you might have these ideas and you're like, actually, it's not quite right. But then it's about figuring out how to make it better as well. What went wrong? How can I make it better? Okay, let's have a thinky. I think I like the idea of some like floating plant pots. But I don't know if I want them floating. I know. Let's do them straight. I'm going to pop them next to the boots because this is going to continue my pattern. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily put Misty Moonlight with this, but I quite like the contrast. So we've put our plant pot next to the boots. Am I missing comments? No, I think you're just having a little chat with each other, which is lovely. Okay, and I quite like the idea of... Should I get the seed packet out? It's in here. Right, let's just have a quick look at sentiments. Rain or shine, I'm here for you. Every storm that comes also ends. Our friendship is naturally beautiful. Okay, I don't think I want any of those on my... my stamping. Sorry, I was thinking, I'm trying to think about whether I want this nice little seed packet or whether I want the daisies. Now the daisies aren't going to fit in now because I've put the watering can there. Good morning, Linda. So I'm going to go for the little seed packet. And I need to cover up my yellow smudge, so we'll do that. Which way round does this go? It looks like it should go a certain way. I think that's the right way. So I'm using this one now. It's a bit smaller to fill in the gaps. I got another smudge over here. So I'm stamping off once and then just coming back on because, well, just because. Now, because I've already stamped off the edge of my paper, if I stamp that again, I'll show you what happens. You'll get a streak, okay? So in that case, you stamp again, stamp off the side, and then you can come back in, and then you won't get that streak on your work. I'm just going to add one in there, maybe one there. Actually, you can't see that one. There, that's fun. The plant pot looks a little bit lacking, I must admit. But I think, remember, this is the sort of thing that you're designing your own designer series paper, and when you chop it, then, you know, it's about seeing the little pieces. Matt's asking if I've got a daffodil stamp. There is one that exists, but I don't have it to hand. I don't have it, sorry, not I don't have it to hand. Excuse me. Right, just thinking if there's anything else I want to add. I kind of, when I used to play with the new stamp set, I like to just play with one set to begin with, because I think it's easy to draw in other stamp sets, but it's quite nice just to see what one stamp set can do. Now, who can tell me what's missing from my lovely... Now, this is where I will probably introduce another stamp set. And now I just thought I've got another idea if I can find the stamp set. Let's move some things off my desk. Another job for me to do is sort out my craft room. Oh dear, Kay thinks she's having weather-related interruptions. I hope it's nothing to do with the stamping. Look, I just thought these have got little raindrops and things that we can add. So, we could have some little raindrops. This is from A Rainbow of Happiness. We could have some water coming out of the can. I'm going to come back to Misty Moonlight so that it shows up. Now, you can use your rough paper, test it on the side, see what you like. Do I want to go for the darker colour? Yeah, let's. This is a nice bold bit of stamping. So, let's draw you in a bit. You're a bit miles away, aren't you? There we go. These, once you've done all the kind of bigger, bolder images, this is why it's nice to have a few stamp sets on hand, so you can mix and match. I've just got my fingers in that, look. Yes, so if you have a few stamp sets to hand, you can really kind of mix and match them and, you know, have a really good old play. Oh, how cute, Esther, says Heidi. Right, so that's the little watering can. And then we've also got things like... This is quite nice for grounding things. So I think we can ground the boots. We could put the boots on some grass. I was going to do yellow, but this is, remember, it's not completely realistic. It's going to be like an impression. So we can set these boots and pots on some, the impression of grass or the ground, that type of thing, to kind of help to ground those boots. Okay, let's do some over here. Remember, don't worry about the overlapping, you know, think of it as a print. Esther, have you ever tried using a rubber top on a pencil to stamp dots on a page, says Valerie. Yes, I have, Valerie. Years ago, I did a video, and I don't know if it's on Facebook, or I imagine it might have been a Facebook video, and I did that. I did a pencil top, I did rubber bands, and I did what we call cotton buds, or cotton, you don't call them cotton swabs, what do you call them? What do you call cotton buds? And I did different techniques with that, and I made a cherry card using the top of a pencil. So the eraser or rubber on top of a pencil, if you dip it in the ink, you can get lots of little circles, and I made a cherry card using that. I don't know if that's on, you'll have to look in my archives for that. Okay, have I got hearts somewhere? Yes. Quite like the idea of maybe yellow hearts. Nice springy yellow hearts, so we'll use that. Oh, so cute. I'm just going to fill in a few of the gaps, not worrying too much about where they go, but just using it as a stop gap, a filler gap. Fill the gap, bridge the gap. That's very cute. Good afternoon, Joanna. Cotton earbuds, yeah, but I think the Americans call it something else, don't they? And then we can have some, I was waiting for, there's only one spot that I didn't put dottage on it yet. That's what I was waiting for you guys to say. Dottage. So if you haven't watched me before, or my sister Ruth, you might be wondering what on earth I'm on about. Just any kind of dotty stamp, you know, it's kind of coined the term dottage. So I'm going to use this over the flowers just to create a little bit of kind of pollen over the flowers. How's my reception today? Am I coming through okay? So some of you would have seen my Facebook post about the bee that I rescued. It was a lovely sort of bumblebee, and it was soaking wet. It got caught up in the storm, and what I think happened, it must have held onto a leaf and must have floated down or got swept along, and it got plonked into this bowl that I had in the garden that had water in it. So yeah, I brought it inside, and the best thing I did was actually to put a paper towel in with the jar, because I think it helped to dry it off. So, do we want something? I quite like the idea of like a little rainbow, or that sort of arch shape. There's me saying about mixing the stamps, now I'm introducing some other ones. I just feel like this plant pot could do something, but let's have a little look. Maybe I could stick some flowers in there. No, let's leave it, because I'm going to chop it up. Q-tips, that's the word. Thanks, Heidi. Q-tips, cotton buds. We don't call them Q-tips here. Q-tips. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave it there in terms of the One Sheet Wonder, to show you just a simple layout. And because the stamps are nice and big and bold. Right, now in terms of cutting this, because it's all right, excuse me, making something like this, but you know, it's there to be cut down into cards. So the nice easy way is to cut it into 4 like that. So you have a card base. You could cut them into long strips, which you could probably do. I'll just see if I've got my templates of that one or not. I don't know. There's one there. Oh, I had another one which I can't find right now. But if you can imagine this in 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces, this could easily cut down into 8 pieces, and you'll get a bit, but you do kind of chop off the boots here. You don't really get to see that lovely image, but you can do slimline cards. So you could do 4 nice slimline cards, and that would work. You just got to imagine that these lines aren't here, so you can cut them into a quarter. That could work. Heidi says they call them Q-tips because the brand because the brand became the most widely sold brand for cotton swabs or cotton buds. Are they cotton swabs the same thing as Q-tips? Let me know. So I'm thinking, you know, if I cut that into nice 4s, that could work, couldn't it? How are we doing on the old time? Should we do this? Cut this down into 4s? So that's what's, I think it's 7.4 I think I need it to be. Let's just go for it and see what happens. Oh, hold on, I need to cut off a little bit off the top or bottom so that it, when I go to mount it, I'll do that afterwards. I'll do it afterwards. Right, 10.5 is half of an A4. No, not 10.5. 14.85. Where are we? 5. There's the 9. There's the 8. There's in between, right? Naveen says she's liking this stamp set. Okay, I'm slightly off by a couple of millimetres, but that's okay. So Q-tips and cotton buds are the same thing. I think it's 7.4. Somebody quickly type in and shout stop if it's not 7.4. Because I'm going to go in for the chop. Bit scared. I think it is. Right, nobody's shouting at the screen. I can't see any angry emojis. Oh, I did it. It's too late, folks. I did it. Hey, I think I got it right. So it's just that on there is a bit larger. So, do you know what would be really nice for this? A nice bright yellow card. Either that or the comments have suddenly stopped. Oh dear. Right, let's see if we can grab out daffodil. Daffodilly. Oh, how fun and bright is that? Don't worry, Margaret, you can catch up later. I will leave it available and it will be available on YouTube as well. So I'm going to cut this at 10.5. Oh no, not. What are you doing, Esther? Stop! Stop what you're doing. Am I doing this right? If I score this at 7.4, Mindy says this stamp set is way cuter than I imagined. Thank you, Esther. Oh, to be honest, me too. I think when I saw people actually using it, oh, did I get it right? I actually got something right, that's good. And when I saw people playing with it and using it, I'm like, actually, it does look quite nice, and I've just not had a chance to get around to using it yet. So obviously, oops, this needs chopping a bit more. And I think I'll just, this is the bit where I just guesstimate, I don't bother. Let's go 20.5, make life easy for ourselves. Okay, and then I need about that much off. But I think we'll go from this side. Because we're already losing a few boots. So let's have a look. That was about, oh, let's go 7, see what happens. Yay! That's alrighty. Maybe a little bit more, but nice super long thin card. And then you can do ones in different colours. I could do a granny apple green. Let's have a look. It's a colour that gets a little bit neglected. Not sure about the green. Not sure. Let's have a look. What is it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Look. And at the coastal cabana. But could maybe work a little bit. Yeah, could do a blue one. Let's just do a quick coastal one and then I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. So I'm just going to score this at 7.4. What you could do by cheating is actually just fold it in half and then cut it. There we go. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like in a different colour. There we go. Somebody said they didn't think they wanted it, but they're now changing their mind. Has Bobby sneaked in? They call them that because the... Oh, I read that already. I'm missing some comments. Oh, I didn't cut that one down, did I? But yeah. It's just, you know, get the idea in your head. I'm sure you can use your imaginations. There. A little fun with the rain boot. Oh, I didn't even mention and didn't even use today yet the fact that they come with dies as well. So they come with the watering can die, the boots die, the flowers dies, the packet dies. You get an added mini fork stroke trowel and you get a trellis, which I know some of you love a trellis. So there we go. And they're called the rain boots dies. Who knew? Sorry, I was expecting it to be something else because Stampin' Up usually call their dies something different from the stamp set. So let me just bring it back. Come on down. It's called flowering. There we go. Flowering rain boots and rain boots dies. So yeah, they will cut out the around the images if you've got a suitable cut and emboss machine. Which just to say, there's a special offer coming up soon in March with the little baby. I'll just give it a little flash under the camera. They will fit in there nicely, just saying. So watch out for that special offer coming soon. I think it's about 20% off. So certain bits. Oh man, now as to delivery. It's all right, Wendy. We're wrapping up. Okay, let's turn it around. I missed a comment then. I love the fact they have dies, as I wish I did. Wendy wishes there was dies for all of the stamps that Stampin' Up do. So thank you so much once again for joining me. If you're interested in buying the product that you see, I actually can sell it to you, and all you need to do is go to my online shop if you're in England, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands. If you'd like a paper version catalogue, some people prefer a paper catalogue. I think a lot of us do love flicking through the paper, like sniffing it, some of us, and you can actually get a sense of the product and the size. I think when you have a paper catalogue, a lot of the things in the catalogue are, what's the word? The ratio is the actual size of the actual stamp in real life, which really helps, I think, because sometimes when you buy things on the internet, you expect it to be smaller or bigger than it is, or even if people are showing it, you know, you do get a little bit of a sense. So I'll be back on your screens tonight at 9 o'clock for a YouTube live, so catch me over on YouTube. Same channel name, Stampin Star Creations. Thank you, Kay, for putting in my shop details. And, oh, there's a special sign-up offer. So if you'd like to join my team or would like to get hold of some goodies with 2 extra stamp sets, great deal at the moment for doing that. So send me a message, same name, Stampin Star Creations, don't you forget it, at gmail.com. Is it gmail.com? Can't remember myself now. gmail.com. Right, I'm out of here. Take care. Lovely to see you all. Lots of love. Keep safe. I'm going to hang the washing. Bye.